Okay, mic is working. All that is good. Let me just adjust my face. I wonder how close I can actually cover this. Okay, that's this side. This is not. Okay, now let's go inwards. Now you can actually see the ends here. That's pretty much it. It's comfy, yes, sort of. Best I can do. That I don't know. I gotta clean my glass because it seems like this goddamn fabric actually, if it just touches my glasses, it dirties it really quickly. Just to go to show you, this material is just not that comfortable when it comes to sensitive skin. Or really, it's not that sensitive anymore since, what is it, people don't really use this anymore. It's like people wearing wool back in the days. It's quite uncomfortable to wear wool now, but because we're so used to very soft, what is it? Not really artificial, because back then it was also artificial material. It is just less comfortable back then, and that was their everyday clothes, so they were just used to it. We aren't. We're used to softer clothes, and it might be the same case in the future where they probably have clothes that are more softer than we do, and if they wear old clothes, they'll probably be a bit uncomfortable because their skin is not used to it. That's the thing. I'm not used to this because this balaclava is made of an old material. Why? Because the balaclava, or the modern sense of it, was made around like the what is it, the 40s, 50s, and such. But besides that, hello, we're on to talking about Spanish, talking about new words I have learned, which is beer. Yeah, I have learned how to say beer in Spanish. La cerveza. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but oh well. Now, let's remember the words I've looked at. Okay, yeah. Ah for two, O for or. So those are two that are small that I can mix up. Other than that, I actually learned seis o siete, but seis and sete. I don't know how to say and yet. Or, which is u, as pretty much said 6 or 7. But I both learned both 6 and 7 and or, along with cuanto. In part because the whole time I have learned cuanto before, like cuantos quiere, cuantos cuesta, and such, or cuantos quiere, how much do you want? But in this sense, I'm just learning the word cuanto by itself, of how much versus cuanto cuesta, cuanto when it comes to money, like how much is it, or what is the cost. So cuanto cuesta, the whole time before, it was just me saying it for cost related to the money, since I was also learning about pesos and dollars around that unit. But for cuanto, it would be how much or how worthy. So, there are two words I have to learn, two phrases, or one word, one phrase, which is cuanto and cuantos cuesta. So yeah, I'm going back to cuanto, but this case would be cuanto referring to the worth of something versus the cost, which is cuantos cuesta. So I'm learning cuanto. It's like cuantos cuesta. Confusing? Yeah, I'm a bit confused too, but it's because I have to relearn what I thought about initially, because I thought quantles would be referring to cost and worth, but no. And they put emphasis on it. But then again, this unit's a bit confused because what is it? While learning about the words, I have it in order. Oh yeah, before I forget, also drink, which is bebe. You can't. I learned how to drink, and then beer, because apparently drinking in Spanish probably is referring to also beer. You know how in English some people say I want to drink, they usually refer to a form of alcohol, so beer or liquor and such. So maybe that might be the case. Who knows? Um, but yeah, anyway, in order, I learned 7, so siete first, then 6. So not like in order. So I didn't learn like 6 or then 7. I actually learned 7 then 6, and the order is confusing. So yeah, I'm not too off put with me not knowing cuánto is different than cuántos quiere, even though I should learn that first. But I figured they're just going under topics and such. But even then, why mix up the 6 and 7? Maybe it's just to keep up my titles. Who knows? But yeah, those are all the words. So anywho, let's go on to Alright, these are gonna be the hard ones. Let's see what shows, because I'm looking for 2. Yeah, that's good. So for it comes around, I actually signed this before, with to an activity, to a location and stuff like that. It goes in between. So, you know, vamos a hotel, vamos a restaurante. So el restaurante, el hotel, it's hotel, el restaurante, restaurant. Vamos would be let's go. It's not vámonos, it's referring to we, but I can guess that's another word you could use, but in this case I'm just learning vamos. Oh yeah, fun thing, I also was told in audio to say español for Spanish instead of castellano, because probably you got tired about that. But anywho, I will go with the word for 2. So going to a restaurant, going to a hotel. So it would be an in the middle. Vamos a hotel. Vamos a la hotel. Vamos a hotel. Vamos a restaurante. I keep on placing the L and a la, but I gotta get used to the grammar. Which yeah, that's the thing that's a bit confusing me. Oh well. So what are other words? There's only words they came across. And I could only recall me using it for locations so far. Locations I learned is hotel and restaurant. Haven't learned about park, haven't learned about hospital, haven't learned of what is it? Home or house. And it's just those 2 spaces, so those are those 2 examples I have to go for. Now, anywho, the next one will be bebe, because, you know, let me go. 2. Chunking it, chunk it into 2 letters, 2 chunks, because it's really just 2 words. So if you chunk it into 2, it's gonna be 2 letters. So T-O. That's the smallest I can make. So you know T-O. So 2. That's English. Spanish, it's way easier. It's A. So That's it. It's just 1 word, 1 chunk. I can't cut on smaller. I could do it in English. Learning this in English is a bit easier. Oh, I didn't see this. English to Spanish. Wait a second. It's different. Oh yeah, because okay, it's looking for the English word for and it comes with and stuff. Huh. Well, and that's a bit inconvenient, but actually it's convenient at the same time if I'm looking for a direct translation of the word. But it won't help me if I'm trying to figure out what I intended to find instead of what I actually find. Ups and downs. But yeah, it's just hey, no accent, so you can recall that. But I sort of understand that with the tone and the way I pronounce it. But anywho, drink is bebe. So let's go with drink. Beber. 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 What is this? Bebida. Beber. Alright. Beber. Beber. ¿Quieres beber algo? ¿Quieres beber algo? I believe it actually is beber because I actually wrote down B-E-B-E, bebe, and I kept on pronouncing it as bebe, but I believe it's bebar because the R is not, it's not that strong, so I could easily get confused with that, and it sounds right. Who knows? Look at all these examples, there's no bebe, such, there's different ways to say it. But anywho, like yeah. But anywho, let's go with beber. That's not pronounced. Okay, we'll do this.
Drink.
Drink.
Beber.
Beber. Beber. So chunking it, cutting into big chunks right now. I think of 3 chunks: B-E-B-E-R. Mainly because the first 2 chunks are exactly the same. It's 2 letters. They are the same chunk. So B-E, then B-E, be. Then there's an R. So but it's what is it? It's not a strong R. It's not a strong pronunciation. So it's like beba, or. So be, beber. Now let me try to cut it a bit smaller steak chunks. Be, okay. Beber. Alright. I'll go into those 3 chunks because yeah, this could be biased because of the B-E, and it's easier to remember it. But pronunciation wise, I can't. Okay, so first chunk would be B-E because be, you have to stop to say the B again. So be. So that's always separated. Now the next B-E, so be, then R, so bebar, beber. It has BE, then R, but the R is not that connected. You can easily separate them. But the way you pronounce it. So what I mean by that is I have an easier time separating the BE than R when I pronounce it as be, bear? No, be, ba, be, R, be, bar. Bebar. Beber. Okay, yeah. That was correct the first time. So with beber, it's B, then there's an R, and there's a pause in the middle in my speech. So beber, 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 beber. Like bear. Like bear when it came to like B, then AR in spelling bear. There's a slice between just saying BE, then in the AR for R. What the? I heard a freaking stopwatch sign, but that's the freaking music from the radio, so I got me off guard. But anyway, that's me pronouncing it. I could easily imagine bear and separate those two. Bear the animal. To BE, then AR. So in this case, it would be BE, then R. Now the next pronunciation, instead of beber, it will be bebar. Bebar. So bar, then bear. Which I believe bar, it would be that the words are more connected when you pronounce it bebar, because it's like BR, but then again it's the pronunciation beber, bebar. And this is coming from me remembering bebar in the audio, along with how some people will pronounce it in other forms of Spanish. So that's the important thing about it. So I will go with what the site wants me to say, but that is something, one, to look at how you could spell a word, how you remember the word, pronounce it and such, and two, understanding that there's other ways people say certain things, because I will tell you this, that's the thing with Castilian Spanish / the Spaniard Spanish I'm actually learning, that a lot of people learn formally.
Beber.
So yeah, beber for Spaniard, and other Spanish phrases, pronunciations in Latin America. That's the case for Spain versus Latin America, but also understand that there is so many other places that speak Spanish that pronounce things differently, like in the Caribbean. What is it? And I remember some Spanish speakers in the Caribbean don't roll their R's as much compared to Spaniards and such, and even the case with Latin America and such. That could be also the case with other Spanish speakers in different continents and such. I mean, that's the thing with English. English is way more international, that so many people have different accents. Me trying to talk to someone who has a English accent because he was raised in Delhi versus someone having an English accent in Melbourne. Delhi being India and Melbourne being Australia. And that's perfectly acceptable because they've learned that. That's also the case with almost every other languages. A person speaking Mandarin in Canada is way different from a person speaking Mandarin in Malaysia. Yeah. So, anywho, the word we're gonna go is beber, which it is gonna be chunked into 3. B-E-B-E-R. Oh yeah, I forgot to practice freaking word for Anywho, let me start with beber. Let me practice spelling it. So B-E-B-E-R, B-E-B-E-R, B-E-B-R, then R-E-B-E-B, then B-E-B-R, R-E-B, EB. B-E-B-R. R-E-B. E-B. B-E. B-E-R. R-E-B. E-B. B-E. B-E-R. B-E. B-E-R. R-E-B. E-B. B-E-B-E-R. R-E-B-E-B. B-E-B-E-R. Okay, got it. And for 2, it will be A, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, Let me write a sentence. Hotel, restaurante, hotel, restaurante. Okay. Also, with hotel, it's just spelled like hotel in English. So, Hotel. 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 Anywho, that is beber. I will pronounce it as beber. For now on, beber. So, the next one will be 7. 7. Siete. But this, because of the nature of this, I am going to 6. Just because it makes it seem easier. Because we went to order the whole time from 1 to 5. So, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 7. So 6.
6.
6. 6.
6. 6.
6. Okay. 6, 6. So it's 6. Alright. Big chunks, just 2 chunks. S-E-I-S. Ace. 6. Now let me cut it up to smaller chunks. Ace. 6. Alright. I will chunk it up to 3. First chunk is 1, S. Second chunk, 2, E-I. Third chunk, 1, S. So it's 1, 2, 1. 121. Or 1, 2, 1. S-E-I-S. Because the first S and the last S in this word stick out like a sore thumb and are the same pronunciation versus like S-E or I-S. So, and the A, it's not like or ickies or I, something like that. I don't know what I would sound like by itself versus the in the word pronunciation wise, not like letter itself, which is ickies. Oh no, ickies is X. Yeah, for I in English, but anyhow, I digress. It's there's a long pronunciation with that it has to be 2 words carrying out the pronunciation. But says I will chunk it into 3. So anyhow, I'm gonna practice C-E-I-S, C-E-I-S, says, C-I-E-S, C-E-I-S. I keep on saying A because I get confused with E. No worries, I have that thing with that issue with English. S-E-I-S, 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 S-E-I-S. Backwards is S-I-E-S. Forwards is S-E-I-S. Backwards is S-I-E-S. Forwards is S-E-I-S. Backwards is S-I-E-S. Forwards is S-E-I-S. And so on and so forth. Cs. That is 6. Now let's go on to 7. 7.
7, 7,
Siete. Do, 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 do. Siete. Chunk. Cutting up the big chunks. Especially, I just come up with 3. So S, then IE, then TE. So 3 chunks. Because siete just stands out to me. So let me chunk it into smaller pieces. Yeah. As you see what I'm doing, I'm actually joining SI together and then ET together and trying to see if the E stands out or the T will. What I'm getting is when I try doing that, so see it, then that's a T. But there's another T when I pronounce te in the end. So te, which there's not 2 T's, there's only 1 T, so you'll get confused with 2 letters instead of 1 letter. That's why it's not good to do that. So I'll go with te. That's my initial chunks. It's working, but let's try something else. Siete. Wow. Just as I thought, I initially, when I first looked at it, I want to felt like having 2 sounds right, but me saying siete, trying to break it down initially into big chunks, the S just stands out by itself, and chunking it smaller, that is the case. Just stands out by itself. So along with it, then te, because ET don't go together, because T does go together regardless. You can't separate the E and you pronounce it in the end unless you go very slow, which doesn't make no sense in real life concepts. So well, it's like great to learn that way. But anywho, we're going back to what I originally said when I was cutting this up initially. 3 chunks: S, I, E, T, E. S-E-T. So anywho, let me actually just spell it. 7. So did you do S-I-E-T-E, 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 S1, I-E2, T-E 3, S-I-E-T-E, S-I-E-T-E, backwards is E-T-E-I-S, okay, S-I-E-T-E, E-T-I, no, it's E-I-S, yeah. S-I-E-T-E, E-T-E-I-S, S-I-E-T-E. Gotta remember that I-E and T-E, the E goes in the end, so backwards it starts with the E. So yeah, S-I-E-T-E, E-T-E-I-S, S-I-E. Oh yeah, no wonder. I keep forgetting of saying I-E immediately. So S-I-E-T-E, 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 E-T-E-I-S, S-I-T-E, E-T-E-I-S, S-I-T-E, E-T-E-I-S, S-I-T-E. Well, at least I got the 4 words done. I am running in time because of me trying to explain initially how I learned, what I reviewed, and what I believed in when I was ranting about pronunciation and such, because it's important. Now onwards, I will go to or, which is oo, because that's easy. Oo, chunk it, just 1 word. There you go. Let me pronounce it for you guys. Or, oo.
do,
O,
do,
O. Cinco o seis. O. Okay, so it's not oo, it's o. My bad. Maybe I'm just rushing. But yeah, anyway. O. 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 It's pronounced. It's the word o, but not oo. It's o. Cinco o tres.
No.
O. Cinco o tres. 6 or 3. Cinco o siete. 6 or 7. O. It's O. That's what it is. Now, last thing is cuánto. I've learned this before. So, cuánto. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's not cuatro. It's cuánto. C-U-N-T-O. As much as many as. That's what I just learned is cuánto. So, the way I chunked it was on 2, 2, 2, C-U-A-N-T-O. So yeah, C-U-A-N-T-O. 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 Guan. And on. To. T-O. So yeah. C-U-A-N-T-O. It's different from cuantos, which is the N in the end. And cuesta. That's going to be another word later because I believe that is the case since I learned that they finally pointed that out even though I learned that a while ago. So so a to a location or something like that. So yeah. If not, when I remember, I actually just go back and just put in cuesta, so for the cost. But yeah, searching up cuantos, it leads to so many different definitions. Confusing, but you know, that's the thing with learning language. Anywho, see you next time.